defensively. Just what have you seen from them in this series that has managed to make it tough for you at the rim?
They've just been showing bodies, being active, being physical. That's pretty much it.
It felt like tonight, instead of giving that, help from the high quad, reaching in, digging in on the double, they kept that away and then kind of forced you to start one-on-one before the late help. How did that change things up for you?
Did not change much. It was the same thing. Same activity, same physicality, same individual pride. That's it. It doesn't really change, man. I've seen it pretty much my whole career. So that the only thing might be it's kind of tougher to find your teammate because the pass has got to be late. But that's pretty much it.
Jrue, you guys took 18 threes tonight. How do you guys create more threes going forward?
I think we got to see where the help's coming from. Get into the paint as much as possible, see if they're either collapsing or making us go one-on-one. But we got to put up more threes, give us a chance to knock those in. I know they got up 40, so just getting into the paint and trying to spray out from there.
Defensively, they shot the ball much better from the three-point line tonight. Did you feel like there was a difference in the looks, like the threes that they were getting? They shot a bunch last game too, but did it feel any different that way?
Yes and no. They were definitely knocking them in this game, though. Credit to them. They came out with energy. They came out with pace. They were very aggressive, but they knocked them in.
There was such a discrepancy with the three-pointers. They got 60 points from their three, and you guys only got 9. When that comes up during the timeouts or halftime, do you adjust or talk about it, or do you stick with points in the paint trying to draw the foul? Because that you won 54-24.
I think tonight we just played our game for the most part. We took what we felt was right, and we're aggressive in that. Obviously, the three wasn't falling, so that can sometimes discourage you from shooting it, but I think we're being aggressive trying to get into the paint. Obviously, Giannis is going to get there and attract so many people. But for the most part, I think we did the best we could at taking what was given.
Can I also ask, too, did the extra passes that they made, did that make it tougher to defend on the perimeter as well? Or?
I mean, they did a good job of getting to the paint and finding their teammates. It's kind of what we felt like we should be doing. Obviously, from last game, they weren't knocking down threes, but again, they were making the right plays and knocking down shots.
Giannis, I think it was an 0 for 6 start, and then at the end of the first half, one of the few times you're able to get out in transition, grab the rebound, were able to split, get to the basket, and it was a missed layup. And you look frustrated. I mean, you kind of looked like, I don't know if you wanted to yell or air punch or something. So what was kind of the feeling in that start in that first half, just for you personally?
Just keep making plays. This is what basketball is about. You're going to make shots, you're going to miss shots. Being human is about feeling emotions. Sometimes you're going to be frustrated, sometimes you're going to be happy. But at the end of the day, you play basketball to make the right plays, make good decisions, find your teammates, make plays. That's why you play basketball. But at the end of the day, I don't, kind of sit down and play that I'm frustrated. I just keep chipping away, keep finding solutions for myself, for my teammates, and I don't remember the play that you're talking about.
Bud said that he's like, Giannis always figures it out.
I try to figure it out.
So this is a kind of a weird schedule here. I mean, you got 3 days off now. What does that maybe look like for you in terms of looking ahead and figuring it out before Game 3?
I go home, eat something, watch some Netflix, Hulu, HBO, whatever. Play with my kids, get some shots up, practice, watch film, and get ready for Game 3. Like we know what the deal is. We did our job. They did the job. Now we got to go back home and do our job again. It's pretty much simple.
for either of you. They held, I think it was 6 fast break points. What was the difference in terms of limiting you guys in transition this game as opposed to last?
I think some of them were just missing, kind of like the play that he just said. There's a lot of times where we got to the rim, we felt like we had a layup and we just missed. Other than that, man, it's basketball. It's basketball. It's ebbs and flows, and they had a lot of highs today. So, again, I don't think we take it too seriously. Like Giannis said, we know what it is. We've been in this position before.
I mean, Jrue, to that point, I know you guys pride yourselves on not getting too high, getting too low. Is that difficult sometimes?
I don't think so. I think we're pretty consistent. Emotionally, for the most part. Especially everything we went through last year and being able to kind of read and carry through those situations. I think that even though this is a loss, we also know that we're going back home and we're playing in front of our crowd. So emotionally, I think we're pretty good.
Last two to Eric, then Jamal.
So often this year when you're not hitting shots or whatever it may be, you'll get an easy one by being in the pick and roll with Chris. How different does it look as a roll man when it's Javon or Pat or Wes or whoever it may be that has the ball in their hands?
It's not difficult, I try to set a screen. At the end of the day, I feel like they got a lot of easy layups. Whenever I set the screen, that we was able to go downhill, make a play. Obviously, when Chris out there, he's a threat too. They might not, let him get to the paint that easy. But at the end of the day, my job is the same. I set a screen at all. If I get an easy one, great. If I don't, it doesn't really matter. I gotta go in the other end and play defense and try to rebound the ball.
Jamal, this one.
Yeah, and Giannis, you mentioned that this isn't anything that you haven't seen before, and the playbook kind of is what it is. But is there anything they're doing against you defensively that does feel different? Is it any more physical than has been in the past, or kind of how would you compare it in these first two games?
It's the playoffs. Obviously they're gonna be physical. They're gonna be more physical. There's not gonna be a lot of fouls called. They're gonna be more active. They're gonna be more disciplined. But at the end of the day, it's the same mentality. Like the mindset doesn't change. You gotta keep chipping away, keep finding solutions to, make the game yours. Make good plays, find your teammates, get in the paint. Like, no matter what they do, my mindset and the team's mindset cannot change. So, but to answer your question, obviously it's the playoffs. The physicality is going to be higher, the discipline is going to be way higher. But you got to find a way. You got to find a way to win games, and you got to find a way to try to